Hi guys, good afternoon. My name is Ariante. If you're watching this video, please like and subscribe to my channel to grow with me. Today's video I wanted to make is called The Intellect and the Mind, and I'm going back to the Bhagavad Gita, and I'll leave a link in the description so that you can see what book I am referring to. And so today's video I wanted to make is called The Intellect and the Mind. And so in the Bhagavad Gita, the way that the Bhagavad Gita describes the mind is your mind is your point of attachment. So your mind is going to gain attachments throughout life, and you'll know what your mind is attached to based off of what you're constantly seeing, what you're constantly looking at, what you're constantly geared towards and focused on. That shows the attachment of the mind. But it goes a step further to separate the mind and the intellect. So your intellect from the Bhagavad Gita is the point of view that disciplines your mind. So the intellect is what tells your mind what's important, what to attach to, and what to focus on. And so with our intellect, the importance of our intellect is basically to build knowledge and information and just input from the world, and to give our mind what it should focus on. And so the example that it uses is that if we are just using our mind will say we are most comfortable with how we sit at home. But your intellect is the part of you that can decipher when you're at work that you need to sit differently, and will let your mind know that you need to be a little more professional or whatever the case may be because you're at work. Now that's just the example that it uses, but it's a good example to show how the intellect opposes the mind, or how the intellect controls the mind and gears the mind towards what the mind should focus on. So if your intellect tells your mind that money is also important, we haven't had money, we want money, where the mind is going to naturally focus on money, focus on either the absence of it or the presence of it and getting it. It's going to have that attachment to it. You're going to feel the stress of money, the burden of money, because your intellect is telling you that money is important. And the same could be with status or reading or whatever the case may be. So the importance of your intellect is to build information and knowledge so that you can train your mind in a way that your mind is disciplined and able to focus on what truly matters, or what is going to bring you to God realization. And they use the word God realization in the book, but for me, and this is just my interpretation, God realization would be your balance, your centeredness, your even point of control, your happiness, your contentment, and all those kinds of things. And so I want to train my intellect. And the way I'm going to train my intellect is by building knowledge and wisdom. So I gain wisdom obviously by experience, but I'm going to gain knowledge by reading and learning and acquiring. So you have a lot of people, everybody has intellect, but we have people that we consider intellectuals. The reason we consider them intellectuals is because they focus on their intellect and build their intellect. If you don't build your intellect, then your intellect as well as your mind is going to stay fixated and balanced on a lower vibrational or just a basic whole focus. Like, I think money's most important, so I'm going to focus on money, 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 money. Well, we know that money is not going to bring ultimate absolute happiness. It's just going to be that pursuit of happiness, like I talk about in my video, Pursuit of Happiness. And so the point of your intellect is that we should build our intellect. We should build ourselves with knowledge and wisdom so that we may learn how to focus our mind, so that we may learn how to not live in that monkey brain. And so monkey brain is what Sadhguru calls our mind, and how our mind acts when it is untrained. How we bounce to certain things. We live high stress, high depression, high anxiety because our minds are always running. And if you never put it on a leash, if you never control that monkey, you're going to continue to have that monkey brain, and your mind will just run everywhere. So that's why you see a lot of people meditating and things of that nature, because the point is to focus your mind so that you can control it. So the intellect is the point that you are focusing, or that you are disciplining with your meditation or your reading and those things of that nature, so that you gain that wisdom and knowledge, so that your intellect always has control of your mind and your mind is not running wild. And I just thought that was a really good point to bring up, and I've never heard it in that way, so I thought I would share that your intellect does control your mind. And if you can create that separation, we can work on building our intellect so our mind is not our worst enemy and just leading us astray with all its attachments, because just like that, we can learn in our intellect that we should focus on non-attachment, or to release attachments as fast as they come, because the mind is naturally going to make attachments. Everybody is going to have attachments naturally to whatever it is in the world, to titles, to things, to people. but it's so important for us to master our intellect so that we are able to, one, release those attachments, and two, gain knowledge and wisdom so that we can always keep our mind trained and focused so that we are able to build and control ourselves in a way that we can live a more content and happy life. And so if you're watching this video, please like and subscribe to my channel for more videos and just discussions and knowledge and things I learn as I learn, grow, and share. Like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you guys have an amazing day.